He was called up to AAA on August 22nd in 9 games at .419. Yankees said, get on up here. Play for us. Driven out to left field and deep. Going back, Alvarez turning, looking. Welcome to the big league. See ya. A home run for Dominguez in his first big league at bat.
Hey everybody, welcome to the newest edition of the Bronx Machachos podcast. It's your boy Mark. Got my boy Alex here. What's good, brother?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? How's everyone doing? It's the new year. Baseball is back. We got everything going on. I mean, we got controversies going on. We got winning going on. I mean, what do we have to talk about? Okay, we got it feels good to be a Yankee fan this week. Okay, I mean, the haters are out already. Big first weekend of the season, and all the haters of Yankee haters are around. I mean, it feels great.
Oh yeah. And most importantly, we're back here. We took a little vacation. Got some things going on. Got some things figured out on our side here. So we're back better than ever. We'll be coming live, or we'll be coming to you all the time every Thursday. You know how that goes, and we'll be sprinkling in more content for you throughout the week as well. So let's get right into it. Yankees swept the Brewers. I didn't think that was kind of in doubt. The only thing that was crazy was the fact that after a 4-2 victory on the first game, it was an absolute blowout. 9 home runs in game 2. Another 3 or 4 in in the third game. Like they turned around and they were doing their business. Judge was turning around getting in the third game of the season is now getting the Barry Bonds treatment, which is wild in of itself. Like let's not go crazy. I mean, he's got a 2.461 OPS in three games. The slugging is 1.818, 4 home runs, 11 ribbies. I mean, all offensive pretty much all the main offensive categories. He's already leading the team there, which wasn't something that no one was going to doubt. But he's kind of on the revenge tour right now. Kind of messed up.
You could also remember. Don't forget, you could put in out there his like right now, his career WRC plus is higher than Bonds. So that's also maybe that's also another point right there to your thing, as you're saying.
No, very true. And the way I see it is like this: is that we've been in prime Judge years, but we only have so many more prime Judge years left. These all have to get maximized and capitalized as we speak. It's good to watch, and I personally like that Bellinger was batting in front of Judge in the past 2 games. I think it was such a better move. And listen,
we've been having this talk. We've been having this talk back and forth. I'm the one that was like, yo, we saw I was saying it beforehand. We saw the testing of this with Soto last year. And I'm like, yo, just we saw it last year with Soto. Let's see how that formula works towards this year instead of putting Judge in second. Danny's not here. I understand that right now. And he was always, he's very, very much against it. But at least out of the first series, Belly, Judge, Jazz sounds a lot better than whoever it is. Let's have it in Jazz, Belly, or Jazz, Belly, Jazz, Judge, Belly. There. Like
because the first game it was Wells, Judge, Belly, Goldie.
Mm-hmm.
Now it went to Goldie, Belly, Judge, Jazz. And Judge doesn't need protection. Judge, you don't know, they don't want to swing, they don't want to pitch to him right now. He ain't Rafi Devers right now. He's not.
I mean, Soto.
Soto's batting 300 this year, but it is what it is. But Rafi Devers, I mean, Rafi Devers, even from the end of last season, I had a stat pulled up. He had I think it was something like 35 at bats and 26 strikeouts. 1 hit in the past 9 games. 1 hit.
Devers is having a shitty beginning of this season, that's for sure.
I mean, he hasn't gotten a hit the beginning of this season. He only got his last hit was I think second or third to last game in the season before. So I mean, that's what we're talking about, how bad he is doing. So, we don't have that problem. We just have our problem is roll the dice and see what you're going to do. I think that I always said put Belly. We were talking about it with the Soto blueprint. Having Belly in front of Judge, he's going to get more fastballs to hit. He's going to do damage. You can see that he's doing damage this year. Cody Bellinger right now, he's batting 400 with a slugging of 700. His OPS is 1.057. He only has one home run, but he's got 6 ribbies. So think of it that way: 6 ribbies, and 2 of those games he's batting in the 2-hole. So he's he's getting damage done. All right, he's doing what he's got to do to move people around. Jazz is just out of control as well.
Jazz definitely is. He is starting off the season very, very hot. And he's someone who does start off like that. He starts off very, very hot because he's very, very much in place through his emotions. So he's hyped, he's happy, and everything like that. And when you see him when he was down in Florida, in Miami, he was having a hard time over there because, as we've known from listening to the grapevines, and now has been coming out more through everyone else talking about it. Now it's like they're realizing, wow, Jazz didn't have a very good time in Miami. And it's like, well, yeah, there was outside forces that were inside the locker room that were not making it a enjoyable time frame for the man. And now that he's over here in a clubhouse that they're winning,
accepting
him from the word go. Accepting for him for what it is. That's like right here. I'm wearing my one piece shirt. If you were looking at his gear was basically one piece. No, you guys are listening to me right now talk about One Piece, and you're like, what the hell is that? It's an anime, and guess what? He likes it. I like it. It's a really good thing. But you know what? It's to show people that might like other things, but they could also still like the same thing you like. It doesn't matter. Take acceptance for others. Don't freaking be criticizing of someone and on their thoughts or whatever it is. That's what it is. And he feels fresh now and free. And that's a very good thing for a person to be.
Oh yeah, especially when you play a kid. Listen, when you play a kid's game, that's exactly what you want to have. You want to be able to express yourself. You want to have fun. You don't want to be bogged down. You don't want people telling you can't do this, can't do that. He's playing within the rules of what the Yankees need from him. The first thing Aaron Boone said to him was like, be yourself, be part of the team, but be yourself. Guess what? He hit a home run in his first time playing against Boston with the Yankees. And he comes up and he's dancing and told Boone, I'm going to hit a home run. I'm going to dance back to you. Do you, is what he said.
I mean,
I give Boone a lot of criticism for some of the managerial things he does. But as Danny would have pointed out, like he's a player's manager, and that's something that I appreciate, the fact that he's allowing that to happen, which is good because you do have the kind of like that, starched out, like Judge is a kind of a throwback to what Jeter was, very starchy, very conservative, not going to do a few things, not going to, make the headlines. Jazz is like, yo, I'll do whatever. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to win this game. We're going to come back and I'm going to smile the entire time.
It's not even that though. Like, okay, me and the fam, we went to spring training and we were actually able to see 2 games, and we got there early and we were able to see batting practice and all that kind of stuff. And when we were there, I took an interest of looking at like Jazz and everything going on in the infield, because I was nice in the 200s level, 200, 100, that section right there by first base, right there. And I was like, just seeing the chemistry. And yes, it's spring training, but he was very loose, very much having fun already at that point, not trying to be all like stiff and everything like that. I understand it's a game to be free and have a good time and everything like that. That's how he was doing it, and he looked much like on his own. Like there was an interaction between him and Volpe, just throwing catch back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in front of the dugout. And you know what? Volpe is trying to get the ball as fast as he can, He basically was wanting Jazz to throw the ball faster and faster, faster. And then at the end, Jazz did a little like fake out, and then that, just laughing and all that kind of stuff. And Volpe just looks at it, he's like, and then just started like doing the little slapping and everything. Like, look at that. They understand it's a game. They're not here to be all stick in the muds and everything like that. Like, yes, you're making millions of dollars, but you know what? It's still a game. At the end of the damn game, the freaking game, you play it. Have fun.
Speaking about being a game, and we talked about controversies. Let's just dive into it. All right.
Oh man,
we got to talk about torpedoes, man. Listen, it's not something. Everyone's talked about it. We're going to touch on it too, just because you got to touch on it real fast.
Fine.
Listen, part of what Jazz is doing, part of what Volpe's doing. I mean, well, I won't say that for Volpe, because while you have hot, you got cold also. I mean, Volpe's batting 167, unfortunately. Not small sample size. That's all I'm saying. Small sample size. But Volpe, Jazz, Belly, Wells, I think they even said Paul Goldschmidt. They're all using this torpedo bat. And for anybody who's been under a rock, just basically they reshape the bat. All these bats are reshaped where the meat of the bat is down towards the hands, so that when you're the sweet spot for those guys who hit more towards the label of the bat, that's where. Yeah, I know you're not. For those, for someone who's lived under a rock, it's kind of the science behind it all. Where hey, these are the certain players that's where they hit the ball the best. Jazz as well. And you can see in slow motion, hey, this is where they're hitting it, and that's where the big part of the bat is. That's where the barrel is. They just shifted the barrel. They're actually, and a lot of these guys are hitting very, very, very well. Austin Wells is batting 200. Goldschmidt is 417. Jazz 417. Like I said before, Volpe is 167. Cody Bellinger is batting 400. And then those are the main guys that have that. And like I said, small sample size, but the fact of the matter is that there's power that's coming there because you're hitting on the sweet spot. Now, now those balls that might not have made it out, now they're getting driven now. That's something that's going to be important. I think that's something you're going to see going forward. And, pitchers now are going to have to adjust to that. Maybe they're not going to throw the fastball in a certain spot. They got to move around. But it's a game of give and take. I don't care. Baseball said it's legal. I think it's a great thing, to be honest with you.
Nothing new. It's not new at all. That's the fucking problem, dude. Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing new, but as much as it's nothing new, it's never been done in mass production like this before.
It's a nothing burger. This is a nothing burger. Okay. The problem right now is, and it's exactly what one, if you're under a rock and you haven't heard about this and you're listening to our show and we are what's giving you the news about this, thank you. Thank you. We are breaking it to you right now. But it's like I say, it's a nothing burger because, let's be real. If it would have been any other team in any other market other than New York, it would have been, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And now they're having an advantage. And wow, they were so smart. And now everyone else is going to do it. That's it. That is it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Everyone else is going to do it. And lo and behold, other people have been doing it. This is not the first time it happened. Some people already had the bats last year. Okay, it's already come out that last year some of these bats were already out there. Okay, you got freaking Lindor over there in Flushing, and he has that bat as well. So it's not a shock. The only reason anyone is making a big deal about this damn thing is for the fact of the matter that Michael Kay had to open his damn mouth on the freaking damn program because he's like, I feel like I need to be informing the world of everything. I was like, bro, it's not like they're reinventing the wheel. You're over here acting like you're like, oh my gosh, I broke everything out. Guess what? The Yankees didn't want this type of freaking of media going on them. Okay, what? For people to know that they were actually smart enough to hire an MIT a graduate to and actually use their analytics that we were all wondering about 2 years ago when it was like, oh my gosh, they're going through a whole remember how they were going through a whole look inside of and find out what's going on, what's wrong with us from inside internally. And they went through all that BS and they find out probably what was going on. They fixed the shit that they needed to fix. So that way they're doing it. Like right now, that MIT employee or graduate is working for the Marlins.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took a job with the Marlins in the offseason. Hell, he did what he did with the Yankees. Turned around and said, you know what? I'm gonna live in South Beach now and just chill.
Exactly. Let them. Maybe the Marlins are going to do something. Maybe they have something upset. We don't know because you know what? But I doubt that because that if we were a Marlins podcast, we'll be talking about how much of that team doesn't care about what the Yankees care about, which is winning and making it to the playoffs and actually winning championships. Okay, don't get fucking pissed at the Yankees that their damn R&D fucking was doing their damn job, okay? Why don't you and one of other freaking the damn MLB teams work on their research and development so that way they could have actually do what they got to do. If you don't have fucking research and development doing what they got to do and you're just caring about let me get more ticket sales and let me get more fucking people in here, well, guess what? That's what you got. Who gives a fuck? You're the bottom feeders anyway.
And even on top, going a second point for those guys, those are the same teams that turn around, they get the revenue sharing money, they get the luxury tax money, and they turn around and put the money in their pocket instead of using it for this type of information. But
let's be fucking real for a minute. The guy's been working for the Marlins, like you said, he's at South Beach having a good time, blah, 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 blah. Because let's be real, anything the guy from MIT is going to tell the Marlins are not going to care. They want to continue getting the revenue they get. because they're bottom feeders.
They are bottom feeders, but this ain't a Marlins podcast. It's a Yankee podcast.
Not the bottom feeders in the MLB. Lots of them.
Well, I mean, you want to take a look, keep in the division. Look at what the Rays are doing right now.
Exactly, another bottom feeder.
Boom. I would have assumed that honestly they would have been one of the teams in the forefront of something like this, and they weren't. This is no, in all honesty, like they are a team that does a lot of R&D. They do great jobs with developing pitchers and things like that. Hitters, it's a hit or miss because they only keep a hitter around for 3 seasons and then get them and then send them out. So it's not like they're really doing a great job with keeping those guys around. Pitchers, they'll keep pitchers around, but Rays have bigger problems on their hands, especially that they are spending this season in Steinbrenner Field, which if you don't know, now you know. But the funny part about all this is that the Rays and the city of St. Petersburg, the county of Pinellas County, all had sit downs, and county and the city turned around and adopted into a deal with the Rays to say, hey, we accept, we're going to build you a new stadium. This is all after the hurricanes that happened in the area. Rays pushed back, and finally in the beginning of March they said, we are not going to move forward. So number one, they don't want to build. They say they don't have the money to build the stadium, which they were only going to be covering maybe half, probably more like a third of the cost, to be honest with you. They don't have the money for that. Okay, fine. They always want to cry poverty. They can try to cry poverty. You can't convince me when they're getting at least $60 to $70 million a year from baseball, from revenue sharing, from luxury tax, and and that will cover their payroll, and they can't cover everything else. That means that all they're trying to do is put more money in the pockets of the owners, Stu Sternberg. Don't want to deal with it. Don't care about him anymore. Then comes around that Pinellas County and or the city of St. Petersburg are suing the Rays now for $4 million because of the actions that they took that they prolonged all this, and they made them go through the song and dance knowing that the Rays are going to back out. The problem is going to be is that the Rays have been told by Major League Baseball that they cannot leave. They will not be leaving the area. So it's either they're not leaving Florida. So they have the wide range is going to be from St. Petersburg all the way over to Orlando. And you already got it has to be Orlando. It has to be Orlando. Listen, I live in the area. Nobody goes to Rays games. The Tropicana Field is a fucking dump. It's a really bad stadium. But on top of that, the Rays complain about this is that if they live in Tampa, they don't want to drive across the bridge, but they expect everybody to everyone in Pinellas County to go to the other side for the Buccaneers games, for the Lightning games. There's no other sports really in Tampa after that, but that's the dichotomy. And I will say this, it's a pain in the ass because once you're going to a Rays game, you're driving west and you're going to be hit with the sun blasting you in the eyes the entire trip, going over the bridges, and they're just creating traffic because you're going over like miles of water too. So there's problems that come along with that. I get that. But if the people in this area are smart, which they really aren't, they would have created mass. No, I'm serious about it. They're dimwits. Most of the people are dimwits, and they would rather cater to the retirees than they would actually cater to making the area into not a metropolis, because you won't be able to, but into something better. Put mass transportation so you alleviate this traffic problem. Their idea, no, we're just going to try to widen the highways instead. Get a fast rail. No, we don't want to do that. They're idiots. Every one of them are idiots.
There is, but we are digressing a lot on that.
We are, but the bottom line, going back to the R&D, the small sample sizes out there. Everyone's kind of, like I said, everyone's been talking about it. Victus Bats, which is a subsidiary of Marucci Bats, which is the foremost leader in baseball in MLB bats, has come out with 3-turn models for public consumption. So if you ever want to sit down there, have your own torpedo bat for just hanging around your house, you can. If you're actually a ball player and you think you might want to give it a whirl, and especially high school, which you got wood bat tournaments, you got a chance at it. But I don't think you're going to see it for the young kids unless they start doing it for the metal bats, and that's going to be a whole nother ball game. Like I don't know how they're going to do that for the little kids, but for the souvenirs, those bats are available now. But hopefully you can see them going forward. And like I said, you're going to see a lot more, and it was already put out today that Marucci has been getting inundated with phone calls about mass producing these bats for many teams. So you see monkey do. It's a monkey see monkey do league, just like NBA.
It's like the NFL, like the tush push.
Yeah, but you know what? Now you're going to see a lot more people using it. They saw all the results against the team that made it to the World Series against the team that was a wild card team. They smacked the wild card team using these bats. You're gonna see a lot more people doing it, but like I said, I think it's good. I think it's good because you'll get more offense in the game. That's where I stand on it all.
Very possible, which is very, very possible, and it's good for the game because everyone over here that's going to be complaining about it, it's like, you know what? You're just mad that it was the Yankees and it was your team. Let's be real, because if it would have been in your team and they're over there, let's say you're the Athletics. There we go. You're the Athletics, and you're all of a sudden hitting all these home runs, winning all these games, doing all this stuff. No one knows why. No one could figure it out. All of a sudden, they figured it out as the bats. Blotted. Oh my gosh! You know what? No one's gonna make a big deal. They're gonna be like, "Wow, Oakland, the Athletics were really, really smart over there, and actually to have the idea to do this with bats. Man, we should have thought outside the box a little bit too and try to figure something out too to do this. Now we're all going to copy you and do the same thing." That's it. That is all that just happened, and it's not going to help anyone out. It's not going to help the league out if they were to ban it. So everyone that's talking about it, congratulations. Hell, we're even to blame to it right now, too. Congratulations to us as well. We have all joined into this hype train for the first weekend of MLB. And now that we have all talked our hearts away about torpedo bats and all this other BS, like, oh my gosh, let's talk about the real thing that's going on. And that's happening. That is going to be on tomorrow night, or actually tonight, okay, where we have the Diamondbacks, starting with the Diamondbacks versus the Yankees tonight, where we got Corbin Burns versus Will Warren, and then we have Zach Gallen versus Carlos Rodon on Wednesday, and then we got on Thursday we got Merle and
Cookie.
So yeah,
Kelly versus Carrasco.
Yes.
And you know what? This is a good tester, because I think Diamondbacks are going to make a run this year. They got a lot of good pitching. I think their bats are going to come back around again. They're good. They have young talent that they're going to be bringing up too. I see the Diamondbacks as a very big contender. They're not going to, obviously the Dodgers are going to run away with the West again, but I think that Diamondbacks and Padres are going to duke it out for the second and third spot in the West, but I also think that that'll get them battle tested for going into the playoffs. And I think that I think one of those teams is going to give the Dodgers a run for their money in the playoffs. Probably in the championship series is what I'm thinking, to be honest with you. I think Dodgers versus Padres in the championship series. I'm saying that here.
Really?
Yeah. I like the Padres, man. I really do. I like they have fun out there.
That's a nice one. I like
Manny.
it.
You got Manny and Nando.
It can work.
I think that's going to work. I think so, because.
And they looked good last night too. I saw a little bit of that game against the Braves the other night when they were on, and they looked really, really good. They did. So you might be on something.
Well, yeah, no, I think, yeah, I like that team a lot. Jackson Merrill is a stud. Jackson Merrill is a stud, and he hits right in the middle of that lineup, dude. Like, you talk about a 1, 2, 3, 4. You go Nando, then you got Luis Ariz, Manny Machado, then Jackson Merrill. Dude, that's awesome. That's a really good lineup. Then he throws Xander Bogaerts at the 5 spot when he because I think he's injured or something, because he's not. I didn't see him playing. But you throw him in there. Now you got so much things going on. Man, we could talk about that forever, but I'm big. I'm buying on the Padres this year. I'm buying the Padres this year. I think that they got such a chip on their shoulder with playing the Dodgers last year that they will do what it takes to push the Dodgers out the way.
We shall see when that happens.
We shall see. But yeah, no, and then I mean, that's kind of
going to be a very competitive. It's going to be a good series. I don't think this. I don't think the series is going to be like the Milwaukee series at all. Okay, one on top of the whole craziness with the whole bats, they also had a very unusual Saturday where that it was like in the 80s. Let's be real. He's in New York. Then on Sunday it was in the 40s. Like it was unusually hot on Saturday. That's another reason for that ball flying that day. So no one's bringing that up. It's kind of sad that no one really want to bring that up, but that's also another thing that's going on. It's like, yes, if this was in the South in any of these big ballparks, it would have been a nice day because it's hot all the damn time.
No,
Like,
that is
real.
that's true. I mean,
But yeah, this series coming up right now, it's not going to be a sweep, but I do see that the Yankees should take two out of three in this series for sure. It should be a win for the series, at least for the Yankees. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the matchup, especially the Will Warren versus Corbin Burns matchup. That's going to be a very interesting one.
and mind you, man, this is a tough matchup because it looks like Diamondbacks were 2-2 in the season, but they have their top of the rotation going against us. You got Corbin Burns and you got Zach Allen going. That's legit to like top of rotation stuff. It'll be interesting to see. Will Warren's got a big day ahead of him tomorrow or today, should say. I mean, he did well in spring training, so hopefully that continues on, goes into the next round, so he can keep this going. But yeah, I know after that, I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do at that point. Rodon, he pitched pretty well in the game one, so let's hope that that continues on. That the Rodon now that we see is the real Carlos Rodon. He's got a nice little arsenal of pitches now. It's not just the fastball high and the slider low. Now he's got a changeup, he's got a cutter, so he's got different mixes and matches that he can bring into everything. Hopefully, he's getting that little slider sinker, that can kind of offset that fastball. So, hopefully we can see. And then I expect for Cookie Carrasco, I expect him to go maybe 4 to 5 innings. That's about it. And then that's a bullpen for me. That's a bullpen game right there.
Yeah, it is a bullpen game actually. It just sucks that it's a bullpen game, and then it's not like they had an off day afterwards. So, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but first couple games, I mean, they didn't burn out the bullpens that much. Even though Stroman and Max Fried, they didn't make it out of the 5th inning, unfortunately, but it happens. I mean, it's early in the season. You still got a lot of this is the time of season you put more pitchers on your roster than batters, so you can kind of have swingmen out there. You can have long relievers. You can have things like that.
So let's bring the show down to the 9th inning. How about that? Okay, and I found some post spring training top 100 prospect stuff for the Yankees information. And Dominguez is 24th. We had a change for Lombard Jr. He had jumped up to 36, and Will Warren is 62. Yes, Lombard is now 36.
What side are you looking at?
Looking on the Athletic showing it.
All right, because I like the Athletic.
They always on Fangraphs on Fangraphs. It's showing it on Fangraphs.
Yeah. So what the pipeline actually MLB pipeline just announced, because Dylan Cruz just graduated from the prospect list. So that means he had 150 at bats. So he's now no longer considered a prospect. And George Lombard Jr. is now at 100. So he just entered he just entered the MLB pipeline top 100.
Yeah,
list.
he is number 36 on Fangraph. That's where he is right now on Fangraph. George Lombard Jr. is 36.
So, speaking, you mentioned Dominguez before. Let's talk about this for a quick second.
Sure.
Do you like what they're doing with it? Do you like what the Yankees are doing with him?
Yes, 100%. They are. I think Michael Kay was an idiot for what he was saying on the show.
Oh, I said that. I said that too.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was even talking with my dad. And like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Michael Kay is a freaking idiot and was so stupid for talking about, oh my God, all that BS about it. It's like, I'm happy that Joe Girardi was like, well, he's getting a lot of walks, because guess what? That's what you fucking want. You want the man to get walks, because you know what the possibility could be? Sometime in this season, he could be our fucking damn leadoff guy. And wow, a leadoff guy.
Not just that, he's fat. He's fast enough he can steal bases too.
He's fast enough, and he's also still small enough. It's not like he's a huge giant man or anything like that. He's not like another Aaron Judge. No, he's a switch hitting, little bit like what, a little taller than
He's
around that
5'10".
same.
He's
Yeah,
5'10". He's 5'10", built like a running back.
that's it. He's just
built
like he's built like a pit bull.
Yeah,
That's
he's built like a brick shit house, and he's got power.
That's
Michael,
it.
I mean, the things Michael K says sometimes, man, he should know better. He's being the voice of the Yankees. To turn around and say like, oh, he's missed so much time because of his injuries. Man, he's had 2 injuries, and they were both at the same time. He's recovering from Tommy John surgery, and then got an oblique injury during that. That's it. He's not been
It's not
injured.
a big deal. It is not really a big deal, guys.
But the fact that he has to go out and say like, oh, he's had all these injuries when that's just factually not there.
It's not there. You're right. It's factually not there. He's over. It's Michael K doing what Michael K does best, and that is downgrade any prospect that comes up because he doesn't know what the damn the car has. Okay, he doesn't know what's inside the engine. He has no idea about it. The most that he cares about is what's going on in the top. That's it. He doesn't look at what's going on in the prospects. He doesn't really pay attention to that shit. It's people like us that actually pay attention to that stuff and look what's going on in the minors and see what the moves are going on, so that way we can actually see what happens to our team. I'm sorry, but if you are the damn voice of the Yankees, you should take a little bit more heart and more care of what's going on.
More pride.
Hell yeah, more pride. Just like the fucking title says, pride of the fucking Yankees. Have some damn pride and look at your fucking damn and look what's going on. What was drafted? What the hell was what's going on with your prospects? Your top prospects, your not so top prospects, especially if you're freaking the damn color commentator and you got a freaking radio show that you get paid just to talk about the Yankees. That's all you do. You lucky son of a.
Alex ain't jealous about him at all.
No. I am jealous.
I'm being facetious too. Michael K. The thing with him is he always said that prospects are suspect till they show up, right? But it seems like he's got no problem.
But even when they show up, he's still going to be a fucking suspect to it.
But no, they're suspect unless it's something that the Yankees are telling him to push the narrative with certain people, and I think that's the key because he never said nothing bad about Volpe, especially season 1 when Volpe couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Never said much bad about Wells last year, even when Wells was sitting most of the first half of the season. He's saying something bad about Dominguez because guess what? That's the narrative the Yankees are putting out there. And you know what? I will say I do like what the Yankees are doing. Joe Girardi said it eloquently, which is, hey, 1 through 6, innings 1 through 6, great. Play your game, just have fun. But last innings, let's ease you into this. New position, let's ease you in. I don't want you to lose confidence because you might make an error. That's cool. Like get your game up, get your confidence up because Yankees decided that out of the 3 players, Volpe, Wells, and Dominguez, who had the most talent out of all 3 of them, is the one who has to move this position from center field to left field. Makes no sense to me, unless it's because they're thinking about Spencer Jones coming up soon, unless they're thinking about anything. It's Kyle Tucker next year.
It could be long term. It could be a very long term thing. It could be more.
That's what I'm saying. It could be any of those things, but it's just in short term as well as just kind of wondering what the thought process behind it is, and that's kind of where I'm at.
I think the thought process actually could be also, and from seeing it, is that you got Belly, who's a taller person, and he's also a fast man as well. So it's not like you're talking about a slow man either. He's also fast. So you're talking about a taller, faster person, or just as fast person. But the height has the thing. Who's going to be able to steal more home runs?
No, I get you on that one.
They might be looking at it in the defensive area of what are the chances of someone doing a home run, of robbing a home run? Is it going to be a Belly in center field, or will it be a Dominguez who might not make it? He might not make that jump and his hand might be a little too short, where you have Belly who's way taller, that's like looking like it's freaking Michael Jordan out there just like getting anything.
Okay, but counterpoint to that, where do you think more homers are going to be hit to? Dead center or to left field?
I mean, it's going to be in left field compared to dead center, 100%. But you also got to repeat. Also understand though that if it's going to be into if it's going to be a left center, it's also 9 times out of 10. It's so fucking far. It's hardly ever one of those like, oh my gosh, grabs. You have more of those in center field and then over there at freaking right on the porch. Like that's really it. You don't really see it too much at left. When you see when it goes to left center, you're seeing a bomb.
No, I understand all that stuff. I'm just trying to extrapolate and go forward down the line where you have next year. You're going to have a couple of free agents that the Yankees are in for. I mean, I'm not trying to get down in the nitty gritty of already going to next season, but you also have the fact that
we're in the ninth inning, sir. We could do this talk now.
But you also don't forget you also have an opening at first base too. Next season, Goldschmidt's only on a 1-year deal. You can always move Belly to first base if you want to. You could go, get Kyle. You get Kyle Tucker. You could go, or you go Murakami.
But we're also over here talking about if Bellinger already did his extension or whatever. We don't know.
Well, no, he's got two. He's got 2 more years on his deal.
Is it two? Oh yeah,
it's 2 more years. So
okay, good.
So he's around this year. Next,
I know
this year,
Jazz is also 2 years.
And so I mean, I think I would love the Yankees extend Jazz now, like give him a 5-year deal. Does it make it nice, simple? I mean, you're gonna lock up those prime years of Jazz. He loves being here because I mean, you saw it last year. You're seeing it this year. Yankees seem to love him as well. Lock up second base. You're done. You're good. And that'll take a lot of pressure off people too. I mean, you're going to have guys coming up. You'll have some major people such as George Lombard, which we talked about, who's going to start the season in high A ball.
It's a very good financial reasoning too, if you really actually look at it for marketing purposes to see what they could do with Jazz. And this could be, especially this season. Let's see I would say, see what they could do with him this season. And I'm talking about in a marketing standpoint area. So that as the Yankees, because since he's very much into pop culture and very much into all that kind of stuff, they need to work that aspect into it with the marketing. And Jazz can handle the pressures of the marketing as well as the pressures of the day-to-day job, aka doing his baseball work, and seeing how that could work out for him. Because we understand it's good, the marketing, all the merchandise and blah blah blah. It's all going to get money. See how that could work for him, because coming from Miami and then up there, now he could really see how money could really treat him for this year. And then if that worked out right, then they could work on an extension. That's the correct way of doing it, because last year was more of, let's see what we got. This year, now it's we're taking the training wheels off of it. Yeah. Now you're going to let you fly high and see what you can do. And if you don't crash and burn, you will be a Yankee. Probably, like you said, 5 more seasons.
I mean, he's 27 years old. There's no reason why not to think 5 more seasons.
I'm not disagreeing. Disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I'm just reasoning why you got to look at it the correct way. You don't want to jump the horse on it and then give the kid a 5-year extension, and then all of a sudden, the pressure of Broadway finally kicks in on him. Like, let's be real. Yes, everyone wanted Glaber. Everyone loved Glaber, but I'm gonna be honest. I never wanted Glaber because he doesn't look the type of person that can handle the pressure of true Broadway. And I'm not even talking about like that BS type of like, oh no. There is work to be.
He did for like a season, and then
then what did he come back the next season looking like a fucking damn piece of shit? Like, let's be fucking real. The stupid fucking tattoo and all that kind of. He didn't look like a fucking Yankee.
No, but you know what? He came back during the he started falling apart during COVID season. I'm not giving that as an excuse, but more the excuse for Glaber falling apart isn't COVID. The big excuse was that he believed he was a home run hitter with juiced baseballs, and then all of a sudden they took the juiced baseballs away, and he couldn't hit for shit. Still tried to hit, still tried to pull the ball, still tried to go for a home run swing, and the ball wouldn't fly. And all of a sudden he lost all of his confidence, going, "What's going on? What's going on?" When he should have been like he was back in the minor leagues, slap the ball to left, slap the ball to right, get doubles, get a 15 to 20 home run kind of guy. Mm-hmm. That's all you needed. Turn and burn on the ones you need. But no, he wanted to be the home run dude because it happened to him before. No. And speaking of other people on the infield right now, can we please banish Pablo Reyes?
Yes.
On the real, like, yo,
I agree. I'm sorry, like all those fucking errors. Like, that was a very, very sloppy game. Like, all the errors that were going on, all the defensive errors, like even the ones that were not called defensive errors, they're just not being in the right fucking position. Like, and I'm talking about infield in general. Yeah. Okay, like Volpe was also a culprit in there.
Oh, I know.
Like, there were things that were going on that I'm like, You just came back from the fucking World Series where you were just playing like shit. Okay, not covering bags, not being where you need to be positioned, and all that kind of stuff. Like, and then this happens.
All right, so just want to hit you guys up with some breaking news that just dropped right now. Garrett Crochet, Red Sox, they agreed on a 6-year, $170 million extension. That goes along with the earlier news from today, which is Jerkson Profar is suspended for 80 games because he was taking PEDs. The same shit that Manny Ramirez was taking. They caught him with the clear that he needed to kind of boost his testosterone. Or not the clear, excuse me, the masking agent. That's what it was.
So, man. See, ladies, if you're listening to this, the men that are taking the testosterone, those are the men you got to worry about right there. Those men that are just like, just for PEDs purposes and taking that, man, what are you wondering about that? Why do they need so much testosterone? You're already built like a damn truck. You need to be more built. What's going on there?
Yo, so you know the reason behind all that stuff, right? Like MLB actually, if you turn around and get a quote unquote a doctor's note, you can get all the shit that's illegal, as long as it's written from a doctor. So like, you can get testosterone boosters shot into you, and as long as it's okay, as long as as long as it's from a doctor, it's submitted to MLB. They say it's okay. You can get Ritalin subscribed to you, which is going around the whole greeny stuff that. Well, yeah, no. All you need is a doctor's note to get Ritalin.
I'm sorry, I was a kid on Ritalin and all that kind of stuff. So like, it's I don't understand why people make a big deal on it. Like,
it's a help you focus more.
I know that's what it's to help you focus. I'm just like, I don't understand why like other people that I know it does a different effect for people that don't have ADHD, and I'm like, whatever, have fun with that bullshit. It's not gonna do what I needed to do.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you all these things that are out there, like, everyone talks about, oh, well, we need testosterone. Well, if all you have to do is have a doctor to turn around and say that, and MLB agrees to it, you can get more testosterone pushed into your body.
Whatever. I guess you guys want more testosterone. Go ahead. That's on you. And some damn stink ass farts probably you're gonna have. I'm just gonna be spitting facts on that one. But bottom of the knife, sir.
Bottom of the ninth. I think it's
been it's a 2-3 count right now, and the last pitch is going on, and it's
a 2-3 count means it's
a 3-2. I mean 3-2 count. It's a 3-2 count right now. Yeah, you're right. I'm tired. I'm tired, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 3-2 count right now, and you know what just happened? Strikeout. Game over.
It's via con Dios to everybody is what it is.
Exactly. Good night, everybody. For me, Mark, Danny, who couldn't be here tonight. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for listening. Have a great one. And we'll see you again later on this week. Good night.
Yeah, man. Night.